I'll say the process was so incredibly smooth. Like you mentioned, briefly before I spoke.
What's going on, guys? Andre Hakel Jr. here from RemotelyX, back with another case study interview here with our good friend Philip. How are you, brother?
Doing great, Andre. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for taking the time to share a little bit more about your experience hiring, which you just told me a little bit ago off camera, your first ever team member through RemotelyX. So I've interviewed a bunch of people that have hired through RemotelyX. Most of them, including myself, had previous hiring experience. For example, like I used to hire from Eastern Europe. I used to hire from the Philippines. I used to hire from even places like Ukraine until I found Lebanese talent, and I never hired from anywhere else again. But I had a hiring background. I've done the process, and I knew how Lebanese talent was different than other places where I was getting talent and where most other people were getting talent. But if I were to go even far back to when I made my first hire, like, man, it's an intimidating process more than anything else. You're not even really worried about where you're getting your talent from. You're just worried if you can find talent at all, and then how to hire them and how much to pay them and what to do after you onboard them and how to make sure they're actually working. And do you track their hours? Do you don't track their hours? How do you give them enough work to do? Like, these are all questions and doubts that go through your head when you're approaching making that first hire. So can you speak to that a little bit? And then like what led you into the process of saying, okay, let me try out this RemotelyX thing?
Yeah, 100%. And I guess I should start by explaining kind of briefly what we do. So we're an email and SMS marketing agency working with ecom. And yeah, so I run, the business with a co-founder. And so it was our first ever hire. We were, I wouldn't say intimidated, but obviously we wanted to make sure we got somebody that was a good fit for the first ever hire. I think that's like really important to, kind of when you're expanding at an early stage. So yeah, we, kind of, started things off with RemotelyX, and I'll say the process was so incredibly smooth. Like you mentioned, briefly before I spoke, how the first hire is kind of like stressful and intimidating. I mean, when you said that, it didn't really speak to me at all. I'll be honest. Like the experience was pretty smooth. And so, yeah, I mean, like it was a pretty stress-free experience. It was very easy. It was pretty seamless. And the hire we got is just incredible. Like we love her. She's a designer. So our first hire was a graphic designer, and she is just on top of her work. She is incredibly responsive. She's just fun to talk to. Like she's a good culture fit as well. So it's been great. It's been great. Nothing but good things to say. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah. And I'm speaking from my own experience, and I've talked to a lot of people as well of like hiring is a big hurdle to get over. And I know this because most people don't hire early enough. And it's because of the fact that they don't know how, they don't know where to find the talent. They like all these question marks that come with hiring. And with RemotelyX, that's the entire point, especially for people like yourself. It's to make the process easy. It's to come in and share the expertise we have on how to hire and how to recruit and how to find and attract A-player talent, so that you don't have to. You just have to tell us, hey, what are the needs in your business currently? Which it sounds like at the time you just needed someone to come in and do graphic design. And we'll go out and help map out the role. We'll implement our hiring scorecard process if you don't already have one. And we'll guide you through the process of what to do on interviews, what to look for. And then when you actually have the person, one thing we help with as well is the managing, right? We help with, for a lot of our clients, we actually help facilitate payments to talents in Lebanon. We also help facilitate communication if ever necessary. We also help facilitate bonuses and incentives. Like if you wanted to, gift any of your team members something, that's really popular and something we recommend to do as well, to just, show appreciation for the great work that they're doing, especially when you're working remote in different countries. So maybe speak on that experience as well. If like once you've hired the team member, how did RemotelyX help after the fact to kind of guide you through like, okay, how do you keep them happy? How do you keep them producing? How do you make sure they're properly incentivized? What'd that look like?
Yeah, no, good question. So yeah, I mean, we have a channel in our Slack where RemotelyX is added. So it's just an external channel. And, obviously everybody's in there from the RemotelyX team. And so they're checking up on us pretty frequently, just kind of asking how things are going. How is she doing? Like, how is the work going? You mentioned like gifts and bonuses. We've done that a couple of times as well through RemotelyX. Like, for example, one time that, pops up in my head, she felt pretty sick one day or for a couple of days there. And RemotelyX basically helped us find kind of like a little coffee shop and like little gift near her to ship to her. And she loved it. She was, posting it in our Slack channel, and it was a cool moment. So like stuff like that is really awesome. They also help with, obviously, like you said, facilitating payment and whatnot. So It's just awesome. It's really seamless. It's basically like having an A player on your team without really a lot of like the dirty work. You know what I mean? Like the kind of like small things involved with managing an employee. We can really kind of focus on like the higher leverage things, like, actually managing her tasks and what is she working on today. Doing calls with her rather than kind of like the behind the scenes stuff is mostly taken care of. So yeah, it's been great. And you guys are incredibly responsive. Like I'll send a message in the Slack and 4 or 5 minutes, I get a response like every time. So yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And what's been like one thing you talked on that I absolutely love and I feel as well, because I have an entire team in Lebanon myself at both the companies that I am a part of. At ListKit, our software company, we have over 16 team members from Lebanon. And over at Client Ascension, we have more than a handful as well, team members that are in Lebanon. And the culture fits amazing. Like you said, talking with them is fun in general. Whereas I've experienced talking with other quote unquote VAs or talent from other countries, and there's like a language barrier. There's also like a cultural barrier because they don't really understand the references or the jokes, let's just say, that we make. But with Lebanon, it's really actually hard to tell that these people are in Lebanon and they're not, US
Mm-hmm.
based. So that, to me, that's like a huge advantage because you get US level talent at a fraction of the cost.
Yeah, 100%. And it's funny, like the jokes part of it, right? Like we actually have a channel every Monday. We all send a meme in the channel, kind of like a little fun thing, we like to do. And man, her memes are funnier than ours. I'll tell you. It's like it's just so easy to talk to her, and she's just in the loop with everything. So it's funny because before, I hired from RemotelyX, I wouldn't have thought that Lebanese talent would be that way. But it's just very seamless. So yeah, spot on.
Yeah, amazing, dude. Amazing. Awesome, man. What's the agency looking like these days? Is there soon to be room for another hire, or how are you guys looking to continue to grow and expand?
Yeah, definitely. We are growing pretty quickly now. Things are looking good. So definitely want to add someone else to the team, probably in the next 3 weeks to a month. And my co-founder and I already talked about it. We're probably going to go with RemotelyX. Like, it was just so easy, and we want someone in this role who's, again, an A player. And so, yeah, we've already told Jod and Kenan that. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. But yeah, definitely want to keep expanding the team with you guys.
Awesome, man. And what roles do you have in mind?
Yeah, so it's either going to be a graphic designer again. It just depends on how things develop. Given like client size and like scope of work for each client, it kind of depends. But either a graphic designer or just kind of like a CSM, account manager type role. So we'll have to see how things develop. But definitely one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome, man. Yeah, I have to say, like, the CS role is one I'm most used to hiring for because I run a lot of the CS departments, and it's really unique because with, again, Lebanese talent, I'm comfortable with Lebanese talent where I'm not comfortable with talent from Eastern Europe or Ukraine or Latin America or other third world places to put them in customer facing roles. I'm not. And I've had bad experiences with it. And my clients can really tell that there's a drop in quality and they're kind of being put off to, lower level talent. And, it's sad, but it's true. And you have to listen to what your clients are saying and the type of quality of support that they're getting and making sure that it matches your brand and what like you actually stand for as well. And a lot of times it's hard or impossible to do that with talent that's overseas. But again, with Lebanon and Lebanese talent, it really does feel like you're speaking with someone in the US. That's not just coming from me. That's coming from clients. Like, for example, we have a customer success team at ListKit. That team is on over 800 one-on-one calls with our clients every month. 800 one-on-one calls like what we're doing right now every single month. And so this is feedback we hear all the time. You can actually go on ListKit on G2 or Trustpilot, and you can search for some of our team members from Lebanon, like Waleed and Francois and Omar and some of these other guys that we have on our team, and you'll see them in the reviews, and you'll see what people are saying about this Lebanese talent. In our online reviews, they're that good that they get. I don't even get mentioned in my on reviews.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
That's funny. I have a call with Waleed in literally 15 minutes here. That's funny you mentioned that.
Waleed
there you
is
go.
awesome, man. Waleed is one of our best. Send him my best.
I will.
Hold him accountable because I'm hyping him up right now. He's not doing a good enough job. Let him know. He's
I will.
set the bar high for him. So I don't doubt at all that he'll hit the mark. So anyways, thank you for taking a chance on Lebanese talent, because outside of just the business impact and finding quality workers, like it's also having a huge impact on the country that's obviously going through a big shift and kind of like a restart phase after the war and the economy crash and the dirty politics that the people have been kind of suppressed by for a long time now. So even you just giving Lebanese talent a chance is an awesome thing. The fact that it's also resulted in a valuable, positive impact on your business is amazing. So
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Nothing but good things to say, and I appreciate you taking the time.
awesome. Likewise, Philip, thank you for taking the time. And if you guys are listening to this and you want to try a Lebanese talent for yourself, if you're hiring for an open role, whether it's a CS team member, a graphic designer, a salesperson, a bookkeeper, an executive assistant, I mean, there's countless roles that we've hired for across hundreds of different businesses. Just go to RemotelyX.com, grab some time with our team. You'll actually get on a sales call with a Lebanese person in Lebanon, and you can kind of judge for yourself whether or not they're competent enough to work in your business. But that's all for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next time.